Do you think the Lakers now are under more pressure to win, Max, after these 2 wins and what we saw?
Yeah, because what LeBron showed is when they are firing on all cylinders and the games are important, they're capable of beating the other 2 best teams. So, yes, I came into this season, unlike a lot of people, including Stephen A., I thought first year together, they had to move mountains to get AD on the squad. Now they're going to have to tweak the peripheral players and get the formula right. That's probably going to take not only the rest of this year, but next year, and then maybe they win the championship next year. So, yeah, I think the pressure's on. They showed they could do it this year.
But I'm not letting Kawhi let it off the hook. Just because he's emotionless and comes across as a cyborg doesn't mean that we get to ignore our emotions in highlighting what pressure is on him. You are the one that left the champion in the Toronto Raptors. You are the one that came to L.A. with advertisements announcing that you're here to take over this town with the crown dangling from your car mirror, talking about there's a new king in town. You're the face of the Clippers franchise right now. And the fact of the matter is, and particularly with the load management issue came associated with, well, what's that all about? Because you're playing for the chip, right? Well, guess what? If there's pressure on LeBron, there's pressure on Kawhi Leonard. But the other thing I like to add is this. You know who I don't want to let off the hook?
Freak.
Kyle Kuzma. It is time. This is a guy that has, and I like Kyle Kuzma, but this is a guy that believes a lot in himself, okay? So much so that you had people walking around saying he thought he deserved to be a number 2 option, even with LeBron and AD there, for crying out loud. Well, we all know that's ridiculous, but the point is, if Kyle Kuzma was a Kevin Love, a Chris Bosh, meaning the quintessential third option, we wouldn't be talking about the Lakers.
Remember, they were trying to package him as a big 3.
Listen, Kyle Kuzma has to step. I'm glad he got rid of that ridiculous blonde hair or whatever the hell it was, okay? Now that you got that out the way, you look normal again. It is time to perform the way you are capable of. Kyle Kuzma can play. Show us. Be that elite third option.
Here's the thing. The Bucks actually, Giannis has a little bit of an excuse because he really doesn't have a number 2 option that can go get his own shot at an elite level. As I even said, a Drew Holiday instead of a Bledsoe who hasn't come up big in the playoffs. Middleton's had a great year, but athletically he is what he is. So I'll give Giannis still that. Kawhi has no excuses. Because, no, the team's not perfect. No team is perfect. LeBron's got no excuses. No, the team's not perfect. They could use another playmaker. Kawhi could use a big who could block shot. No excuse. They have enough. Yeah. One of those 2 is likely to be the Finals MVP. They will be the first man ever in the history of the NBA to win Finals MVPs with 3 separate teams. That team will be the best team in the league. That player will be the king of basketball. You're right about pressure on Kawhi. This is what he wanted. He's going head-to-head with LeBron. Let's see who owns this league. Is it LeBron or Kawhi?
I got to tell you something. I mean, I'm looking at, again, Kyle Kuzma doesn't belong in that conversation, but the reason why he's so important is because when I think about a third option, let me say this. Boy, do I wish the Lakers had Bradley Beal. Oh, my Lord.
Come on.
Sure,
oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord. I mean,
all they need is Bradley Beal.
Listen. There are people in D.C., in the nation's capital, who will remain nameless, that do not give Bradley Beal the love that he deserves. Bradley Beal is averaging 30.
Yeah.
He's been averaging 37 since All-Star break. Now, my argument isn't helped. My argument isn't helped by the fact that the dude just shot like 1 for 11 in the fourth quarter on Sunday or whatever. I get that.
Your timing's off.
But his timing's off.
If the Lakers have Bradley Beal, it wouldn't even be fair.
No, but what I'm saying, I'm talking about instead of Kyle Kuzma. I'm just talking about.
Yes.
I know that, but what I'm saying is, I just look at somebody like that. I'm talking about his game. All right. I wish they had something like that. That would be special.
I'm really curious to know how much of a psychological advantage this gives the Lakers now. They know they can beat them. And for the Clippers to have some level of concern.
I think the Clippers
are not
flat.
concerned
I don't
at all.
think the Clippers are up for the game.
Their thinking was we weren't up for it. We beat them twice already. It's the regular season.
Much ado about nothing.
I don't think they're sweating.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.